Welcome to Ping24 Updates. Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Flashpoint, 2027, US and Philippines unveil a sweeping new war plan responding to mounting concerns over China's growing military presence in the region. The world's attention is riveted as these two allies take unprecedented steps to confront a looming threat. In Manila, urgency drives a rapid modernization of the armed forces. The Philippine military, once under-equipped, now trains with cutting-edge technology and advanced weaponry, determined to defend its sovereignty as tensions in the South China Sea reach a boiling point. The Pentagon responds with an ironclad pledge, promising unwavering support and signaling a new era of deterrence. This partnership is no longer symbolic, it's a strategic alliance built for the challenges ahead. These headlines aren't fiction, they're today's reality. It's November 7th, 2025, and the world is watching history unfold in real time. In both Washington and Manila, a sense of urgency grips leaders. High-level meetings accelerate, and military partnerships deepen as both nations realize the stakes have never been higher. The chilling deadline is set. Be ready for a major regional conflict by 2027. Every day counts as preparations intensify. This bold move is a direct response to years of escalating aggression and failed diplomatic efforts. The region's patience has worn thin, the language has shifted dramatically, from cautious diplomacy to clear deterrence, from mere presence to full preparedness for any scenario. The world watches anxiously as these two allies draw a new, unmistakable line in the contested waters of the South China Sea, signaling their resolve. The stakes are enormous. Global trade, national sovereignty, and the delicate balance of power across Asia all hang in the balance. In Manila, military leaders call it a paradigm shift. In Washington, commitments are now backed by steel, technology, and unwavering resolve. This is more than a partnership, it's a race to modernize, integrate, and forge an alliance capable of facing great power conflict in the 21st century. Around the world, there is hope that this intense preparation leads not to war, but to a lasting peace. One built on strength and unity. In the chapters ahead, we'll explore the forces, hardware, and ambitions driving this bold new doctrine, and what it means for the future of the region. The new joint defense plan between the United States and the Philippines marks a bold and transformative step in their alliance, signaling a shift to a more assertive and proactive posture in the region. It is built around a sobering deadline, 2027, a year that looms large in strategic calculations. Pentagon analysts warn that this is the critical window before China could potentially gain a decisive military edge, especially regarding the fate of Taiwan and the broader Indo-Pacific. The US-Philippine plan is a direct counter to this threat, aiming to create a credible, integrated, and combat-ready force that can respond rapidly to any crisis. It goes far beyond traditional joint exercises, focusing on integrating command systems, sharing real-time intelligence, and pre-positioning US military assets and equipment at key locations across the Philippines for faster response. The doctrine's core is to transform the Philippine archipelago into a formidable strategic obstacle for any adversary, leveraging its geography as a natural shield. Scenarios range from gray zone blockades to full-scale invasions, with clearly defined roles for each side. US forces provide advanced intelligence, air and missile defense, and long-range strike capabilities, while Philippine forces focus on securing their vast maritime territory and acting as forward sensors, detecting threats early and relaying information. Distributed lethality is key: small, agile, and mobile units dispersed across the islands, making any first strike by an adversary both costly and unpredictable. This ambitious approach demands seamless coordination and communication in a complex, fast-changing environment. The ultimate goal is clear: to make any attack so risky and uncertain that Beijing is forced to hesitate and reconsider. Over the next 2 years, both nations will conduct unprecedented joint drills, testing and refining their new strategies, while rapidly upgrading bases, infrastructure, and logistics to support sustained operations. This ambitious plan breathes new life into a 70-year-old treaty, transforming it into a dynamic, living war plan designed for the challenges of the 21st century and beyond. This strategy is a direct response to years of rising tensions in the South China Sea, where rival claims and military maneuvers have steadily escalated. China claims nearly the entire waterway, ignoring international rulings and harassing Philippine vessels with increasingly aggressive tactics, including dangerous close encounters and water cannon attacks. Gray zone tactics, coercion just short of war, have brought the region to the brink, creating a constant atmosphere of uncertainty and risk for all nations involved. China's militarized artificial islands now project power across vital shipping lanes, allowing Beijing to extend its reach and monitor, or even control, maritime traffic. The shadow of Taiwan looms large. U.S. planners fear a Chinese move to forcibly unify with the island, which could trigger a wider conflict. The Philippines, close to Taiwan, would be on the front line, especially at the strategic Bashi Channel, a critical choke point for military and commercial vessels alike. The new defense plan prepares for both South China Sea confrontations and a Taiwan contingency, integrating joint exercises and coordinated strategies to respond rapidly to any crisis. The old approach of diplomatic protests is out. Only credible military deterrence is seen as effective, as both sides bolster their forces and alliances. The 2027 deadline reflects a closing window to build that deterrent, as regional actors race against time to strengthen their positions. Manila and Washington are racing to erect a defensive wall before the storm hits, deploying advanced systems and fortifying key locations. The stakes are enormous. Regional stability, the security of vital sea lanes, and the future of international law all hang in the balance. The U.S. Navy is racing to modernize for the 2027 deadline. The focus more ships, advanced submarines, and unmanned systems, shifting from massive carriers to agile, distributed fleets. Virginia-class submarines and drone subs are being built at record pace, giving the U.S. a stealthy edge. New Constellation-class frigates and upgraded destroyers boost firepower and resilience. Project Overmatch will network every ship, aircraft, and sensor for real-time battlefield awareness. The goal, a smarter, faster, more lethal fleet that deters aggression. This technological edge, combined with forward allies like the Philippines, is central to U.S. strategy. By 2027, the U.S. aims to restore a favorable balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. For the Philippine Armed Forces, this is the most dramatic transformation in its history. The focus has shifted from jungle insurgencies to defending the nation's coasts. The AFP is racing to pivot from counterinsurgency to territorial defense, with budgets and priorities realigned. Billions are being spent on maritime and air defense, aiming for anti-access area denial capabilities. Soldiers are retraining for coastal missions, learning to operate anti-ship missiles and coordinate with naval and air assets. The Marine Corps is expanding to secure key islands and straits. This shift demands new doctrine, training, and a mindset focused on external threats. Decades of internal focus left gaps, but Chinese pressure has galvanized national resolve. Public support for modernization is strong, driven by reports of harassment at sea. The AFP's transformation is both a strategic and cultural revolution. It's a nation standing up for its sovereignty in the face of growing external threats. The Philippine military's modernization list is ambitious and urgent. New South Korean-built frigates, anti-ship and anti-air missiles, and a push for submarines are reshaping the Navy. Offshore patrol vessels and fast boats equipped with advanced sensors will better monitor the vast EEZ. The BrahMos supersonic missile system, deployed on mobile launchers, creates a formidable coastal defense. The Air Force is acquiring new fighters, patrol aircraft, and a radar network to eliminate blind spots. Cyber defense and electronic warfare are now priorities, with U.S. support building a robust cyber command. This comprehensive modernization, from ships to software, gives the Philippines a fighting chance. The goal: deter a larger, more advanced adversary, and defend national sovereignty. The U.S.-Philippine alliance is now part of a broader coalition for Indo-Pacific security. Japan and Australia have become crucial partners, providing equipment, training, and joint patrols. Trilateral cooperation sends a clear signal: aggression against the Philippines will meet a united response. Other allies, Canada, the UK, France, are increasing naval presence, while even NATO recognizes the challenge. This network of alliances complicates adversary planning and raises the cost of aggression. For the Philippines, collective defense is a force multiplier, leveraging the strength of global partners. Allied ships and aircraft add surveillance and deterrence. Diplomatic support isolates China. In the face of a giant, unity is not just wise, it's essential for survival. A key part of Philippine modernization is building a domestic defense industry. Relying solely on foreign suppliers is costly and risky. The goal is self-reliance through technology transfer and local production. U.S. military aid supports not just hardware, but training and maintenance, building long-term capacity. Joint exercises like Balikatan are now rigorous, realistic, and focused on true interoperability. Training ensures the AFP can sustain and operate advanced systems in a crisis. Foreign investment and partnerships with local firms are growing, supporting both defense and economic development. This synergy between security and prosperity is central to the government's strategy. A stronger defense industry means more jobs, skills, and resilience for the nation. Security and economic growth now go hand in hand. The U.S. and Philippine military buildup is a paradox, preparing for war to preserve peace. The doctrine's strength deters aggression, making conflict too costly for any adversary, but rapid buildup risks miscalculation and escalation, demanding constant communication with Beijing. The challenge: build deterrence without provoking the very war it seeks to prevent. The commitment is to a world where law and sovereignty matter, and disputes are resolved peacefully. The 2027 milestone is just the beginning of a long-term investment in regional security. Success will be measured not by weapons, but by the wars that never happen and the peace that endures. By preparing for the worst, the U.S. and Philippines hope to secure a better, more peaceful future.